Alrighty, guys, we are back with Night Prince 2, Twice Tempted. This is chapter 8 of 19. Let's get right to it. Hello again, Amber. Vlad slowly floats down onto the deck of the boat. It's the first time you've seen him in person since your breakup. You and Maximus have been on the run for days now, tracking down the mysterious bomber who almost killed you. In the process, you were taken captive and held on this ship until you were able to break free hours ago. Vlad is supposed to be here to help Maximus and the human captives, so why am I being restrained? As if in response to your thought, the magical grip holding you in place drops. My apologies for using my powers on you, sweet Amber. We thought it necessary to mobilize the entire boat in case some of your captors had survived. I would have noticed you're strong enough. You're strong enough to do that. Let's just do that. You're strong enough to do that. That and more. There are many reasons I consider Mercedes to be my equal. His incredible way with magic is but one of them. Thank you for both caring and coming. You walk them across the boat. The injured people are in the cargo hold, and Maximus is in one of the rooms below. I know I smelled him. The humans need blood for healing, and Maximus needs that silver out of him. He's already on his last legs. Take me to him. You leave Vlad through the halls and the inner boat until finally the two of you stand before Maximus. Maximus. You weren't kidding. Vlad stares down at Maximus with a cold expression, then casually withdraws a silver knife. Let's see, you promised not to hurt him. You can't use a regular knife. What's Mercedes, whatever doing? You can't use a regular knife. His skin would heal too fast for that to be at all effective. Even this is just a stopgap measure to keep him alive. The true procedure will have to be done later. He casually strolls over to Maximus, making a series of slits that a small amount of silver begins to pour out of them. This should keep him stable long enough to return him back to the manor. Now come, there is still the matter of the humans to discuss. Back on the deck, Mercedes and Vlad stand close to each other, talking too softly for you to overhear. Okay, they're talking to each other. Finally, Mercedes turns to you. My associates will be here shortly to transport us. Just drop me anywhere after you take care of them. Afraid you're going to be coming with me. My problems don't concern you anymore. But they do. His tone remains civil, pleasant, even. I care for you, whether you are willing to admit that or not. Even if you're not together, I don't plan on standing idly by while your life is put at risk. Your gesture to the injured human Mercedes is now leading out. These are the people who need your help, not me. Their heartbeats aren't faint, and they might not live long enough. Their heartbeats are faint, and they might not live long enough to make it to the hospital. Pity. You promised to heal them. No, I told you I would transport them to safety and not kill or torture Maximus. Dropping them off at a local hospital is free, but my blood comes at a price, and that price is you coming with me. This is low. Where would you take me? Let's see, where would you take me? Let's do that. Mercedes a home to give you a chance to recuperate and to drop off the others. Then it would be back to my manor. I guess I could use a shower and a change of clothes. Okay, I guess that was simple. So I'm back with Vlad. A short while later, you stare down at the boat from the Mercedes helicopter, now flying above. Fortunately, it's large enough to hold all the humans, in addition to Maximus, who still looks in great pain. It's going to be okay, everyone. Your attempts at comfort are pulled away for just a moment as an eruption of fire yanks your attention back. The boat explodes in a staggering display of power, Vlad extending one hand to detonate it. He turns then to his pilot. We can go now. Right away, my sir, whatever, my voidoi, whatever that means. He didn't use any explosions to do that, just his raw power. Vlad, I didn't have the chance to check their bodies for psychic residue. A little excessive, don't you think? Remind me not to get on your bad side. Let's do this excessive. Hardly. I need to send a message to whoever hired Hannibal. Now they have to deal with me. It also had the added benefit of hiding the evidence from what you did to the crew. Ugh. Maximus lets out an extended moan from further into the helicopter. Why haven't you removed the silver entirely yet? It will require an extensive and painful operation. If I do it, then I'm guilty of torturing him. But it will be taken care of back at the castle. Back at the castle. Looks good. The helicopter next stop to Mercedes' house in Chicago. Mercedes shows you to a room. I will ensure all of the humans find safe passage to the nearest hospital. The blood Vlad provided will be more than enough to keep them stable in the meantime. Thank you, Mercedes. I guess it's Mercedes. Mercedes. He leaves you to shower and change after drying off. You stand before the mirror. I'll change into something. Uh-oh, here we go. Let's see what we got. Cozy, warm. Let's go with this. Yes, I thought it was going to charge me. I guess not. Charge me some gems there, or whatever. Cost me some gems. After changing, you and Vlad and Maximus get on Vlad's plane and set course for his castle. It's all too familiar taking your back to the first time you met him. When Vlad sits down and holds his hand out to you as he once had before, something in you snaps. I can't. You'd rather take down the plane if you accidentally short-circuited the electrical systems. We don't have gloves to replace the ones you blasted through. No, it's more than that. It's everything that's happened since the breakup. How much I still love him. But can I tell him that? Open up to Vlad about how much the breakup hurt. Shut him down. I guess we'll open up. Why not? In the past month, I've been rejected, blown up, shot at, drugged, and kidnapped. But I'd rather go through all of that again than hold your hand while acting like everything between us didn't matter. Maybe it doesn't to you, but even being around you hurts, and I can't pretend that touching you won't be even worse. I don't want to touch you either. You're about to respond, but he continues. No one feels like you do. Every brush of your skin is a cruel reminder of what I've lost. Oh, Vlad. I can barely stand the sight of you because you're more beautiful than I've allowed myself to remember. His voice thickens. Now sit down and take my hand, Amber. The pilots are waiting on us to leave. I don't know what's more shocking, that he's said all that or that he did so in hearing distance of the pilots. Don't worry, I intend to kill them as soon as we land. What? Right, Vlad's a mind reader. No, you won't kill them. But I will if they repeat any of this. You take your place by his side, slipping your hand into his and feeling the current leave you. You should never have left me. Wow. You shouldn't have made me. You don't really want me to love you, Amber. Is that what you tell yourself? It's what I know. You remember that dream I kept having, the one with the waterfall of fire? I finally figured out whose voice kept warning me to leave. It was mine. What does that make me? The flames that I couldn't hold on to no matter how hard I tried. That's why I had to leave, Vlad. If I'd stayed, your refusal to even consider loving me would have destroyed me. He starts to open his mouth, but you place a finger to his lips. Let's not argue now. I need to rest. He gives you a small nod, wrapping his arm around the back of your neck. Either the drugs Hannibal pumped into you were long-lasting, or you didn't realize how exhausted you were. Regardless, you end up sleeping almost the entire flight back to Vlad's castle. Here we go. We're back home, if you want to call it that. You've seen this house many times, but when you pull up outside, your breath still catches. I can't have been that long. It can't have been that long since I was last here, but it still feels like ages. Who would have thought this castle would come to hold so many memories for me? I feel glad to be back. Pain at all the memories. I'm going to say glad to be back. I have so many great memories of this place. Not to mention all the friends I've missed. It would probably be a good idea to see your family now that you're back. My family, they're here? Of course. Once I realized you were alive and in danger, I had them brought here. It didn't make sense to leave them out and about where they could be targeted. They're worried absolutely sick about you after all. They only recently thought you were dead. It would do them a world of good for you to pay them a visit. I guess I'll go see them. It's the right thing to do. Thank you so much for bringing them here. It means the world that you kept them safe. I'm never going to let you or your family get hurt. You should know that by now. I guess so, I do. Now, get a move on. They're waiting for you. Your sister and father are waiting for you in the dining room, and you're quickly swept up in a hug. Thank God you're okay. She pulls back to give you a tearful look. Dad and I thought you were dead. I'm so sorry, you two. You should have told us you were alive. But I see Vlad kept his word. His word. To bring you home safe. Your dad envelops you in a hug. I didn't mean to hurt you, and I'm so sorry I couldn't tell you what was happening. I knew the information could put you at risk. Hell, just contacting you would have been dangerous. Your father, the military man, processes what you've just said. I suppose you have a point, though. As your father, I hope you realize how much I worried. We're just glad you're home now. That's what Dad's trying to say. We love you. I love you too. Well, that's awesome, isn't it? We're all back together. One of Vlad's servants escorts you back to the room you stayed in before you and Vlad started dating. By the time you're unpacked and got set up, your stomach is growling. Feels like forever since I've had a full meal. I want to grab some food. All right. You return to Vlad's kitchen to sneak a snack. On the way back to your room, you make a point of greeting every servant as warmly as possible. They all respond politely, but each one has an air of cold indifference around them. I must have done the unforgivable. by breaking up with their master. It would be really nice to see one friendly face about now. As if in response to your thoughts, a voice rings out. Hey, Amber. Whoa, Amber is back. Your human friends, Vlad's blood donors, rush forward and swarm you in hugs. It's been ages. Where have you been? Avoiding an attempt on my life. Vlad didn't tell you. I'm not going to say nothing. I think it'd be the best to keep it secret. Oh, sounds juicy. No worries, we're relatively used to being kept out of the loop. Besides, there's a ton we want to tell you. Hopefully we can still catch up, though. Yeah, we've gotten up to all sorts of stuff since you've been gone. Damon has this one girl he won't stop obsessing over. He thinks he has a chance with her. More than a chance, she's interested. She's interested that you know Vlad. You guys. The next few hours passed pleasantly, enough enjoyed with the few people here you can genuinely call your friends. At last you head back to your room, ready to tuck in for the night. It's been a while since I've seen Vlad. I wonder what he's up to. Absent-mindedly, you begin to channel him, drawing on the connection you two have to see where he is. Here we go. Vlad's present, the dungeons. Unsurprisingly, your vision takes you deep into his dungeon. What is shocking to you is his current prisoner, Maximus. Maximus. You know this isn't my preference. I'd rather kill you. Then why don't you? Because Amber, she refused to tell me where she was until I swore an oath not to kill or torture you. I'm guessing she left out eternal imprisonment. She's young and still has so much to learn. Smart enough to spy on them. I've got to get Maximus out. Let's see. I'm going to do that. Smart enough to spy on them. I may be naive, but I still knew to check up on Vlad. Now I know exactly what kind of trick he pulled. She's done with you anyway. If you believe that, you wouldn't have lied to me about her being alive. Nor would you have tried to convince her that I was behind the bomb. You could have been. You just want to believe she's done with me, otherwise you betrayed me for nothing. Wow, the vision fades. I should have known Vlad was going to pull something like this. I need to have a word with him. You storm out of your room and head down to the dungeon. Here we go, we're in the dungeon. Let's see what we got. When you arrive at the entrance, you find an armed guard blocking the door. Vlad's guard. I need to get down there to talk to Vlad, and I can only think of two ways to get past this guy. If I take the violent route, Vlad will probably be furious with me. I should blast my way past him. I don't want to spend no gems. I'm going to blast my way past him. You make your way over to the guard, slowly building up what energy you can. I'm sorry, Miss Dalton, you can't be here. He pauses and frowns, taking you in. Is everything okay? You don't bother responding with words. Instead, you unleash a wave of electricity. The guard is blasted against the wall, knocked out immediately. That was almost too easy. That was the right thing to do. You pulled the key card from the guard's pocket and head down to the dungeon. Let's save some gems on that one. You blast your way past every checkpoint. When you reach the main floor, Vlad is already waiting for you. What the hell are you doing? Trying to get your attention. Maybe that was a little too much. What the hell are you doing? Maximus down here. Here we go. Maximus is my prisoner, and he earned that role when he betrayed me. He was trying to protect me. I know, he convinced you of that, and perhaps even himself, but his interest was entirely self-motivated. Now apologize for intruding. Only if you apologize first. Let's do that. That's not the way it works while you're in here. You notice him eyeing his unconscious guard and prisoners with a new look as he says it. There's something about the way he says in here. All at once you feel reminded that the dungeon is a place that most people who enter never leave. Looking at this situation from a vampire's perspective, you're easily overpowered Vlad's main line of defense. What's more, you've done so in front of captured enemy combatants. If there's one thing I've been told over and over is how deadly perceived weakness can be to someone like Vlad. With the fear-based, feudalic system vampires live under, the repercussions of this might reverberate for centuries. At last you begin to understand. Whatever I say will be heard by Vlad's guards, and the word will travel until it eventually reaches his enemies. This is bigger than me. You direct your thoughts at Vlad. I'll play along for now, but if you refuse to see me after this, I'll make you impale me with the fit I throw. His mind reading picks up your message loud and clear. Please forgive the intrusion. I shouldn't have come down here, and I'm sorry. I'll forgive you, but only because you said please. Smartass. I meant what I said. We need to still talk. Be in my private lounge at 10 tonight. Otherwise, I'll consider the matter closed. The same room I used to cross every morning because it connected his bedroom with my old room. See you there. Let's do that. Of course you will. Though I hope you don't expect to convince me to let him go. You return to your room, still thinking over what just happened. If I'm going to be meeting Vlad one-on-one in his lounge, I should at least make sure I'm dressed. I'm just going to wear this. No soldier goes into battle without her armor. Oh my goodness. I'll wear something. Nope. There we go. That's fine. I ain't worried about that. No need to overthink it. It's 10 p.m. exactly when you enter Vlad's lounge. Vlad sits on a sofa, 2 wine glasses on the table in front of him. Here goes nothing. Oh, whatever. That's the end of it. Wow. So there it is, people. The end of another chapter. So that was chapter 8. It's picking up, people. We'll see you as always tomorrow. We try to do one every day here, trying to get back on track. So give the video a thumbs up. We'll see you guys tomorrow with Night Prince, Twice Tempted, chapter 9. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.